it's time to go live.
Jesus, you're so fucking loud. Hold on. I don't even think we started yet. I hit the stream button. It says excellent.
Am I loud?
Hold on. Yeah, pretty loud. Well, for me. For me. Okay, we started.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good, I hope.
Pretty good.
So I think the stream's gonna have to tell me if there's an echo, because I think I have 2 audio inputs active.
Ah, well, Honeydrop says hello and Clayton says hi.
Honey, Clayton,
I will check that for
do
you.
you hear my voices twice? I'll keep saying word.
Megan says sup.
Yo! Buckle your pants. Buckle your pants.
No.
No?
No, not buckle your pants. No.
Emerald said
no,
it. Buckle your pants. You gotta buckle your pants, or they'll fall down.
Take me back. No.
Heather, shut up. I gotta tell you something.
What?
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Is that the only thing that stuck with you?
Yes.
Honestly, sometimes when I'm walking around the neighborhood listening to music, I put that song on.
that is a great walking like down a city street theme song for some. I don't know why, but
buildings on fire, cars are crashing. Yeah, it's great.
All right, guys, it's time to get serious. We gotta get started on the crochet. But before we do that, look, everybody, I got that new chair from last week's fundraiser.
Yeah, who gave you that chair, Heather?
Oh, my screen just got okay, it needed to zoom in on me, but yeah. I got this chair thanks to the glorious freaking donations of Juanita, my friend who was in the chat just last week. She donated $150.
I know, right? We said we noticed that she had sent money, or she said she had sent money, and we're like, oh frick, that was nice. And I made that whole promise about like, oh, anybody who sends you money, I'll send the same amount, because we got to raise this amount, and then she sent you exactly what we needed. So, okay.
So I'm gonna get her a very nice Christmas present this year because she deserves it. It's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be great. Heck, if she wants it, I'll buy her another one of these chairs because I don't know if she has a chair this good. Dude, there's a head cushion. Check this shit out. I'm gonna show you guys in a fucking second what I'm talking about. Holy nuts! Out. Got a footrest right here, guys. Check out my gloriously thick legs as they are elevated.
Those are some pretty gloriously thick legs, Heather.
Right? And that's not all. See this? This little cushion right here? Well, it's connected to a cord that's right here. And if I plug this USB thing into my computer, do you feel that? You can't because it's in my chair. I have a back massager in my chair. A footrest, a back massager. You got pillows right in the right areas. Knife is so jealous.
She is jealous. Listen to her.
She's also shaved.
Still shaved, but she's growing it back. I gave her a little brushy today. But yes, everybody, once you see if Juanita comes into this freaking chat, you thank her up and down for me because I'm gonna thank her up and down.
You know what? I'm going to add her on Twitter.
Yeah, add her on Twitter. Be like, today we unveil Heather's glorious new chair, paid for by Runaway Deathbat on Twitter at Runaway.
Yeah, Deathbat Alchemist, right?
No, Runaway Deathbat.
Runaway. Okay, I almost tweeted the wrong person.
No.
You imagine?
No, and he's like, I didn't give you money. Oh my god, yeah. God, yeah, look how freaking pale my butt.
Brandon, how's the chat doing? I'm distracted.
People are loving the chair.
My god.
Emerald is suggesting that you could probably hook the chair up to a beefy power bank to have the massage without worrying about the cable.
That would be smart. That would be smart.
Clayton says that you, Brawny, are hitting on Heather.
I tend to do that. I've been doing that pretty consistently for almost 3 years now.
Yeah. That's a thing
Yep.
that happens. Oh,
Let's
guys,
see
also
here.
look at my cute nails. They're jack-o'-lantern They're stick-on nails I did on myself today. Because I'm in the Halloween spirit. Also, I'm going to
Oh, it's
open my
not
blue
on
nail.
Twitter.
Oh, shoot. Okay, this is going to be a problem. I cannot open stuff with my stick-on nails like this. I'm going to break them. So I'm going to have to do something.
Don't you have a pry tool on your keychain or something?
I have something around here.
Heather, have you named all of the faces on your nails?
No. Ah, here it is.
Why not name them like you would a pumpkin?
Do you name
Wait, you name your pumpkins?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I haven't done it this year, but last year, sure, why not?
I've never named a pumpkin before.
It's cute.
Is
It's
it
a
because
cute
you're too
habit.
afraid to get exposed?
I don't know. Clayton wants to know who's hungry.
For what? Is the question.
I don't know.
'Cause I'm
So,
not hungry for
Heather,
justice.
I got to tell you about this chicken that I made. I don't really think of myself much of a cook. I just kind of throw seasonings together on meat, and sometimes it works. I made my chicken a little bit spicy, throwing some garlic parmesan on there, as well as a smoky rub. So it was just a little bit spicy, but you would have liked it, I think. However, I definitely should not have then put Mexican blend shredded cheese on it.
Why not?
I don't know. It didn't ruin it, but it was definitely a clash of flavors that I'm not accustomed to.
Ronnie, if we
I
can't
get
add
that.
cheese to something and make it better, are we even American?
Well,
I-
I mean, I get where Brian is coming from. I personally heavily dislike shredded like Mexican style cheese. I don't know. It's like it's something about the flavor I just don't like.
Right, and could you imagine? Well, I mean, you're the wrong person to ask, because you just said you don't like that kind of thing. But like Heather, could you imagine cheese with a spicy, smoky flavor?
Smoky throws me off. Cheese, I love cheese on my burritos where you know I'm putting hot sauce on them, so far good.
Mm.
Smokiness, I don't know, probably would be good. I might like it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Next time we're together and I cook you some chicken, I'll do the same exact thing, and I'll give you one piece without the cheese and one piece with the cheese, and you can tell me what you think.
Hey, I get 2 pieces of chicken.
Your control groups and your variables.
Megan says, I'm here for my dose of lucky live stream. Yeah, do you have
Yeah.
any other good news for us? Because she, I don't know if you've seen Brandon, but the last 2 weeks, Megan has come into the stream with like good news, and apparently she blames us for it.
Oh, like, yeah, it was all about jobs too, so that was good success. Also, guys, I realized it's my first stream with my new cut hair. Enjoying that? Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
yeah. Short look.
Yep.
Wild.
Brandon, since you're here, why don't you pick something from the stream to read off?
Wicked Syndicate turns 29. Says it's
Nice.
his birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Syndicate. You're almost an adult.
Happy birthday. Wait, almost.
Yeah, wait a minute.
How the fuck did you get on this stream? I have it labeled not for kids. Oh well.
I think y'all missed the joke here. Hey, Juanita is here, Heather.
Juanita, look at the new chair you got me! Juanita, look, it's got a footrest. It's got a motherfucking footrest on it.
Yeah, she says she is the best thing to happen to you.
Yeah, girl, check this out. You can plug this into your computer, and it has a little back massager right here. Fucking A, right? It is sick as fuck. It's got like a pillow right next to my neck. It's awesome, dude. I have a blanket on it only because it's made out of like faux leather, and I didn't want my, thick thighs to get stuck to it. I'm wearing shorts. But yeah, look at this shit. It is the best shit. Yo, thank you. This was exactly
Brandon, I need you to do your best imitation of Juanita. What you think Juanita sounds like, and read that last message, that last two messages she posted.
I don't really have a basic reference.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, show us what you think she sounds like.
And I haven't thought about it.
Oh, when's the last time you have talked to her? But she's
Good one.
asking me for a link for it, and yes, wanted to remind me on Twitter. I will send you a link, or I can get it for you for Christmas, since you basically got me mine.
That would almost defeat the purpose, but yeah.
Yeah, or if she wants a surprise for Christmas. But yeah, it's freaking sick, dude. Oh, I'm gonna leave the
All right. Well, since Brandon won't do it, I guess I'll have to do it. She goes, "Yo, it looks sickest."
Well, now it's just cut off. Thick as well.
You won't say fuck. Say fuck, Bronny.
I did, but at the same time that I did, I turned down my mixer so you didn't hear it.
That's gay.
Yes, I'm clever like that, Heather. I thought you would have caught on to this by now.
That's
you see
not-
me do
that's
things
not
like this
clever.
all the time.
It's not clever, like at all. In fact, it's the
I'm
opposite of clever.
extremely clever.
Wrong grammar.
There's never been someone as clever as me.
Nope.
I do clever the best. Joe Biden thinks he's clever. Sleepy Joe ain't clever.
I don't know why, but I'm getting JFK from Clone High vibe.
That is kind of him too, isn't it?
Well, they are. Last I checked, they are both New Yorkers, so it kind of makes sense.
Ronnie,
What?
Clayton says that he bets you can't guess what he said. So do your best.
Can't guess what I said. Well, shoot. Of all the I never thought that I'd wish I'd actually watched his cringy videos.
Oh my god.
I'll bet you if I watched his videos, I could imitate what he sounds like. But I won't.
I see someone's tagging me in something that says, Heather, do you remember the dog version of your OC from your video with Manga Kamen? And I'm like, yes, I do. I drew that myself. I don't remember why I drew it. I just knew that I wanted to make a video about the Diamond Dogs and use that version of my OC. I was very proud of it at the time, and I still kind of am. I haven't done something like that proportion-wise in a long while.
Mm-hmm. You've also got a bay leaf.
Yeah, I haven't used my Bayleaf OC in a bit. That's for when I do anime or Pokemon stuff.
Real G's use Meganium.
I don't use Meganium because I'm not fully evolved yet, Bronny. God.
Real G's use Sceptile and not Grovile.
Bronny, I can't even with you right now. It's not my fault. The final evolution.
What, do you like Ivysaur better as well?
Yeah, he's a little cute guy. I mean, Venusaur's too big. You can't bring him in your house.
You know what, Brandon, look up the dimensions of Venusaur for me.
Alright.
Don't get me wrong.
'Cause-
It's not like I don't like Venusaur. I just like the littler ones better.
Yeah, because Charizard, last I checked, is 5'9", 200 some odd pounds. Heather, that's just me.
Oh, you're a Charizard!
Right. So, like, these things aren't all that big usually.
Just your standard Venusaur?
Yeah.
From Bulbapedia. Height is 6'7".
Oh!
Okay, so yeah, that is pretty tall.
Weighs 220.5 pounds.
Wait, how
Okay.
much?
Do you want to know Mega or how do you say that?
I don't know.
Gigantamax Venusaur?
No, just like the regular one. How many pounds?
220.5.
Jesus, that's a big ass thing.
Yeah. No, just from looking at it, pretty big.
I'm gonna bring a Gigantamax Venusaur into the house, Heather.
Don't bring a Gigantamax. You don't know what Gigantamax is. That was in Sword and Shield. That thing's bigger than a 2-story building.
Yeah, I did see that. They become freaking kaiju. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Shut up. It's great.
Like Pokemon has done a lot of really dumb stuff, like especially making more than 150 monsters, but that was by far the dumbest thing they've ever done.
Shut up. You don't understand.
Also, the anime sucks.
I don't know. The later seasons got good.
Let's see here. Honeydrop says, I just started reading the Percy Jackson books.
That's good. Do some reading.
She also says Grovyle is the best.
He is. He is the best. What the fuck's going on with Sceptile's tail?
I don't know. It's spiky. I wouldn't want to get hit with that.
See, I figured you were the kind of person that would want to get hit.
Nah, but it is a grass fighting type, right? Isn't it grass fighting?
It didn't get that dual, like, it can do fighting type moves, but it didn't get that dual typing. I think I said that in a video. I remember me saying that, being like, yeah, it didn't get that dual typing, which was weird, because it totally looks that way.
Let's see here. Emerald Spencer says Eevee is better than all the Eeveelutions.
Eevee is definitely cute. I made an Eevee plush once, and I gave it to one of my friends for her birthday.
I used to like Flareon, and then I learned that Flareon was by far the worst out of them.
How so?
Like stats wise.
I got him into Pokemon Go, so he actually knows that shit.
Sometimes I wonder if I can get back into it.
I gotta play it more too, excuse me.
I played it for a bit, and I forgot what team I joined, but it was pretty fun for a little bit, and then I stopped playing.
Me and Brownie are in Team Mystic, the blue team.
Clayton wants to know if anybody reads Little Char and the Gang.
I don't know that one.
He says it's a webcomic. So, but Heather, we've been reading webcomics this week, haven't we? What did we read this week?
Oh, if you guys are familiar with that old Korean cartoon Puka, Puka was about basically a female Pepe Le Pew, but in the version of a little Korean girl who was in love with another little Korean boy, but he's a ninja.
Were they Korean? I thought they were Chinese.
I'm pretty sure they're Korean. Pretty sure.
Alrighty then.
I'm pretty sure I googled it and they're like Korean or something. They were adorable. I loved them. So I liked them, and basically I shipped her with anybody but Garu, who was the guy that she would chase, because come on, it was mostly a one-sided thing, and you also don't want to kind of advocate the whole the Pepe Le Pew approach is totally appropriate and totally works. No. I liked shipping her with Garu's enemy, Tobey, and I've been reading a couple fics and seeing comics about that, and we actually found a comic by an artist who does really great art and has an ongoing series about it. I'm considering supporting them on Patreon. So, it was called Tobey or Not Tobey was my favorite one, and then What's Yours Is Mine was a really, really great one that comes next, and the one after that is called Clean Slate, and she's got a whole bunch of little comics in between. So yeah, those comics are great. Completely go look up those. Go look up Puka X Tobey, and you'll probably see their work come up. Look for What's Yours Is Mine. It's great, great stuff. Ronnie, did you like it? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I like the art style, especially.
He likes the action. There's plenty of action.
Oh, Juanita says, I gotta go, but I'm glad you love your chair.
Thanks, man. I love it. I'll send you a link to it later.
Emerald Spencer says, Dynamax actually did a lot to balance the metagame. I have no idea. Syndicate would like to know if you want a Togepi, Heather.
I have a Togepi! It's over there! It's a little... it's stuck. It's like hidden in all my pile of plushes. But yeah, I have a Togepi, and I have a little tiny Trico Tsum Tsum right here that my friend Juanita got me. And I got a Detective Pikachu, which I got from Bronny. I got the Togepi from Bronny, too. So yeah, I got a Togepi already. It's awesome.
God, that Brawny gives you so many plushies. You'd think he was dating you or something.
Yeah, he got me that tiger, too.
I'm pretty sure it's been asked before, but how much of that bed do you actually get to sleep in?
Mostly just on this side, because Knife will come and sleep with me, and she takes up, like, this space, too. And she
So,
pushes me
Heather,
off.
if given the opportunity, will starfish diagonally across a bed?
I guess she's just used to that. I don't know.
No,
I
it's
will
like,
adjust for what I love. Okay, if my plushies need a
she
place to
was
sleep,
over here.
put them
She
here.
was over here, and we were sleeping, and I got up to make breakfast, and I was gone for like 10 minutes, and when I came back, she had just completely starfished on the bed and had rotated like 45 degrees. She was so she somehow, with all 5'4" of herself, managed to take up all 7 feet of this bed.
You're 5'4".
I'm 5'4".
Damn, you sure?
Fuck you. How old are you? I mean, how tall are you?
Yeah, Brandon, how old are you?
But I forget how old he is sometimes. I just know that he's an adult and I'm allowed to be inappropriate.
Guess. I dare you guess.
You're 12.
Correct.
Spencer says Mystic Rules Articuno is the best legendary bird.
I don't
Well,
know. I
if
think
you got-
Elbert's pretty cool.
If you're fighting a dragon type, definitely. But let's see here. Clayton says Puka should be arrested for sexual harassment.
So should Pepe Le Pew, but oh well.
Was I'm trying to remember, because I remember Puka, but I don't remember Puka actually suffering any consequences.
Oh yeah,
In the
they,
show?
they never do. They, like, she steals kisses from him all the time. People are just like, oh, Puka. And I'm like, oh, sexual assault. But to be fair, her canon age in the cartoon is 10 years old. She's a 10-year-old little girl chasing, I think, maybe a 12-year-old boy. So it's kind of innocent, but I just hope she grows out of it. But then they have her doing other shit, like a millionaire with like a aftershave is like, hey, what's up, little lady? And she runs away from it, which is good, but like, FBI, please?
Yep.
We've got Emerald Spencer here with the unfunny comment.
What'd he say?
I'm somewhere between 420 and 69.
Nice.
4 feet 20 inches and 69 inches, which shoot might actually be right around the same height.
And Clayton's asking how many of you on the stream are about that life, and I don't know what life he's referring to.
I don't know which life either.
I will also be right back.
Okay. But yeah, fuck you to. But yeah, so I try. I mean, it's me giving it an excuse, like, hey, she's a 10-year-old kid, and it's a little less weird. But then other stuff happens that makes it a bit more weird. You know, you're kind of just. It's like watching old cartoons. You're just trying to, like, you know, get through it comfortably. But there's also a lot of episodes and shit that I like. I like Puka. She's very adorable. She's like Hello Kitty, but a person. Hello Kitty is technically a person. Apparently, it's a little girl dressed like a cat. But
So Heather, what Spencer said may very well be accurate, right? Because 4 feet 20 inches would be 5'8", right? So he may very well be 5'8", which is 68 inches, or 69 inches, which is just 5'9".
well, which is it?
Yes, he may very well be between 420 and 69, which is hilarious in a weird sort of way.
We'll have to meet Emerald in person one day and just figure this shit out.
Zero Aura says, "Hi ho, lovebirds." Oh, he's referring to us, I guess.
Yeah, we're just chilling. Making a
Now we got
vibe.
people. Now we got people arguing about their height. Zero Aura says, "Heard you guys talking about Pokemon. What kind?" Well, we're just kind of like talking a little bit about Pokemon here, but somebody wanted to know if Heather would join Team Rocket.
Totally. Oh yeah. Want to get up in that Giovanni business? What's up?
I probably should be jealous, but okay.
You are Giovanni.
I am not Giovanni.
You could be.
Giovanni is rich.
Be rich. Get a Persian. Get a giant cat. He had a
I don't
giant...
want a giant cat.
Too bad. Get one. did we ever get a tiger Pokemon? And don't say freaking Growlithe and Arcanine. They had the tiger stripes, but did we get a tiger Pokemon?
I don't think we do.
I don't. That's something they haven't exploited yet. I'm surprised.
Mm. So what are we making today, Heather?
We're making the body to the Princess Luna plush for Sweetie.
Cool.
I should stretch my fingers. I'm being very careful with my glue-on nails.
Okay, so Emerald Spencer says Litten, Torracat, and Incineroar.
Oh, are they tigers? I guess because they were black and red and not orange and black, it threw me off. But I guess they kind of got some tiger stripes going on.
They don't count though. They're Smash characters.
You can be a tiger and be a Smash character.
Yes, but you can't be a Pokemon and a Smash character.
Yes, you can. Pikachu's in there.
Pikachu's not a Pokemon.
How is Pikachu not a Pokemon?
Neither is Charizard or Mewtwo.
Hey, to
or
be fair with
Lucario.
To be fair, the technical fighter, like there was a Pokemon trainer who was a fighter, and what they really did was just run around in the background and throw out Pokemon. Like they would throw out a Charizard, a Venusaur, and a Blastoise, I think. It's been a while since I played Smash.
Yep.
Where are you coming up
But
with
the point is, if you're a Smash character, you're no longer valid.
Why? What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I just like saying pretentious, controversial crap that I don't really mean.
Or understand, apparently.
I'm trying to get a rise out of people. Sometimes it works, and I laugh. Other times, I just look like an idiot.
I mean, like, all the time?
But know this. I can't possibly be an idiot because I am fully aware of everything that I am doing.
It doesn't make it smart. If anything, it makes it dumber that you're doing it.
That's certainly a philosophical question.
No, it's not. It's just a fact.
Alrighty then. How are you coming on your project?
Alright, I need to make a couple more stitches.
Mm.
The freaking song from the showdown that I showed you is just stuck in my head.
It really wasn't that catchy of a song.
It's stuck in my head. It's catchy enough.
Alright, I guess there is. Clayton says, are you sure that Brawny isn't related to Dusty Cat?
He might be. Distantly,
I mean,
they're both bald white guys. What are the chances?
him and I have similar personalities in some aspects, that's for sure, but I don't think we're related. I actually don't look very much like the rest of my family.
You're adopted, Ronnie.
I'm back.
It's entirely possible. Brandon, you're probably adopted too. I've been meaning to tell you, but the time was never right until just this very moment.
So
I'm your father.
Or
Wait, then who is mom?
Not me.
I am also your mother.
ew.
Talk about living a double life.
Yep.
That's a triple.
Pristine says, "Hey, I said hi and you ignored me, Brawny. I'm sorry, I didn't. I legitimately did not see you there.
Stop ignoring Pristine.
I didn't do it on purpose. I feel bad. Ah!
Deal with it.
I'm a go commit Sudoku now.
How many times have I told you not to do that? I hate that.
By
game.
which I mean I will actually do Sudoku, because that would be a far worse punishment than running myself through with a sword.
I don't understand Sudoku.
I don't either.
You know, like if there's someone out there who knows how to play Sudoku and can teach me,
It's math.
that's
Are you
great.
good at math? Because if you're not good at math, you won't that's what Sudoku is. It's a math game. It's just like Minesweeper.
Oh,
My grandma did
no.
crosswords and word puzzles. I remember that.
Let's see here. Emerald Spencer says, I'm my own grandpa.
Ew.
Wicked
I think
Syndicate
it's
is
a.
not how your hand is.
My hand, it's doing all right. I've been putting scar treatment on every day and being as diligent about that as I possibly can. Um, it's yeah, and it's going all right.
You know,
I
Braun, he deals with every hand he's dealt.
Ha.
No, just Brony? Okay.
Yes.
No, I feel it's the correct. Anyway, Christine forgives you, Brony.
That's good. It feels nice to be forgiven. Let's see here. Can somebody explain to me what pulling a Mrs. Cartman is?
Oh, yeah, there was an episode where they were trying to figure out who Cartman's father was, and, like, his mother wasn't being very forthcoming about it, because apparently on the night he was conceived, she just had sex with a bitch load of people.
Holy frick.
So they got everyone together, and it became a thing where, like, they were just leaving it on a cliffhanger a lot. But it turns out that Cartman's mother is his father.
Okay.
You know what? I think I kind of remember this episode.
Yeah, it was a big ass pull. But I think that there was another fact later, because there was Scott Tenorman, and, like, he was the one who Cartman, like, got his parents killed, chopped them up into pieces, and put them in a chili for him to eat. But, turns out, like, that guy came back to have vengeance on Cartman, and, he told Cartman, like, one day my father had an affair for my mother with the town whore, and then you came, and you're actually my half-brother, and it's like, what? I don't know either. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't watch South Park that much anymore.
It's still pretty good. It's just like when they have a continuing story arc, things get convoluted and weird. It's like, what? Gotta follow along.
South Park was never meant to exist in the first place.
Well, too bad it does.
I hate it.
Too bad.
Focus on your crocheting, Heather.
I can do both.
I don't like my thing with adult shows like South Park is that they can never hit a balance. It's that more often than not, it's either they're okay but they look terrible, or they're unfunny and they look terrible. Kind of like Big Mouth. Big Mouth looks terrible and is unfunny. I don't know why adult shows can't just look okay and be funny.
I thought Big
That
Mouth
takes
was
money
funny.
and effort, and adults don't have time for either of those things.
I totally agree that Big Mouth was disgusting, but I also thought it was funny.
I mean, there are other parts of Big Mouth, so I've heard, that are disgusting for other reasons, but
Oh yeah, I was actually surprised I couldn't watch that in the same. Like, I didn't know at the time when I started watching it, but I could not watch that at the same time as being in the bed. I couldn't watch it in the living room. I couldn't watch it around my family or anything like that. I had to watch it on the computer because I'm like, oh no, they're showing full, like, dick. That's when I knew. That's the show where I was just like, Netflix doesn't give a shit, does it?
considering
Full on
the most
salsa.
recent controversial installment, no.
Yeah.
Man, now your video's vulgar. I'm gonna report this video.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
You have complete control. What are you talking about?
I can't control half of what happens here because Brownie won't shut up for one. And the chat brings up its own topics.
Let's see here. Syndicate wants to know if South Park ever did a parody of My Little Pony.
You know, I actually never saw if they did something like that. I don't think we're on their radar.
I feel like they might have. I feel like they would have made fun of Brony.
Bob's Burgers did.
I haven't watched Bob Burgers really past the first season, so I don't know what else they've done anyway.
Yeah, like, it was a funny show called The Equestronauts, and of course a lot of the fans were adults, but Tina also liked the show, so she went to a convention, and she apparently had a very rare but defective toy that her dad got it the day she was born to give to Tina. So Tina had this toy for years and years. It turns out it's like a rare thing that collectors look for. And apparently, it's very funny. The brony that was in the episode looked a lot like Tommy Oliver, or Brony Curious as he was at the time.
It's very hard to not make that correlation. Like, I'm pretty sure it was on purpose.
I'm pretty sure someone on the show was in the fandom or knew about the fandom and knew him and put him in the show. Because the guy had a mustache and had a blue horse outfit and everything. I don't remember if he had a hat, but like, yeah, it was way too close for it to not be him. But yeah, like that guy like swindled Tina out of her toy, and Tina wanted it back. And of course, he wouldn't give it back, and so they had to like get Bob into the know with Equestronauts. But the one problem was that like not only did Tina teach him the canon stuff, but she accidentally let him read her friend fiction about Equestronauts. So he also had information that wasn't true in there. So yeah, it was a whole. That episode was funny, and I don't think it made fun of the fandom. It made fun of. It kind of just made fun of Tommy Oliver, because everyone else, all the rest of the fandom that they showed were just pretty cool dudes, and like Bob and I think his friend Teddy, who knew about the show too, going like, oh yeah, it's a good show, pretty good show, good show. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting representation.
Oh no, friend fiction.
Yeah, her friend fiction, her erotic friend fiction.
The worst kind of fiction.
I have a folder in my drive about that. It's where Unwashed Secrets is.
Yeah, I've heard about this thing, but frickin' I don't want it to.
You don't want that to see the light of day ever again.
I don't. Let's see here.
It's funny as hell, actually.
Pristine says there's a Halloween party going on Animal Crossing.
Of course there is.
That's kind of cool, actually. I've been meaning to get into Animal Crossing. My little brother has the most recent one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and he did play it quite frequently, but he kind of stopped now. But I guess I should start now. See if it's okay to take over his file.
It's
do
a
stuff.
little too much commitment. Like I had Pocket Camp on my phone, and like I eventually just got tired of it.
And from what I understand, this Animal Crossing is run in real time, so it's like that's cool. It's like a nice. I don't know. I've always liked gimmicks like that, but at the same time, I almost feel like you should be doing something else in real time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Let's see here. What else have we got going on in that chat?
Shiny Thunderclap Pokemon asks if you or Heather play Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield.
I have Pokemon Sword, I think. I haven't finished it. I was playing it though. I got Mumkey. Oh, on my Switch, I actually have the Mumkey Switch skin because I found it at the store. It's cute.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, let me show the chat. This is my case. I got Rainbow Dash Presents. There he is. A cute little monkey.
Trent Gironi says, "Hi Heather, hi Bronny. Hey, we do have Brandon with us here today."
Brandon is here.
Hey,
y'all,
again.
Y'all demanded it. Y'all missed him, and now he's back.
I'm gonna assume you answered. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Clayton.
It's Brandon.
Brandon, that's the second time I've done that.
This is why he doesn't show up anymore.
All right, Clayton, you officially have his permission. Go ahead.
I don't know. And my problem is I'm looking at the chat and I see his name, and then I try to say Brandon.
I mean, we got similar pronunciation.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? Regardless of all that, what were you gonna say?
That I'm predicting the answer is yes to this, but Wicked Syndicate asks, do you have a carrier when you have to take knife out?
Oh yes, of course we do. It's nothing special, but you can't take it apart, and I've had to take it apart a few times because she, did a little tinkle in there, so I had to clean it. She doesn't like it much. Oh yeah, she's not even in here right now. I need to put my feet down. They're starting to get a little numb because I'm not moving them. Ooh. Stop looking at my thighs.
Clayton says that you have his name on your mind, Bronny.
Clayton's wrong.
That's homoerotic.
Hey,
I just
Heather.
want you to know, Bronny, that it's okay. This is a very progressive year, and we're all inclusive.
I'm not progressive.
Oh, you're
You missed me with that gay crap. Let's see here. Hey Heather, I got a question for you actually.
What?
If you take supplements for your leg exercises, is that a thyroid?
I would hope not.
Brandon didn't like that joke.
You're tugging on my hamstrings here, man. Hamstring, heartstrings, the heartstrings.
I got it. I definitely had a leg up on you there.
I hate this.
Let's see here. How's the chat doing?
Who are you asking? Me? Person
I'm looking over at the chat. I was distracted for a second. Let's see here.
Emerald says that, but thick thighs save lives. Do you want people to die? And to that I say, citation needed.
They saved my life, that's for sure.
I don't know if I did this right.
What did you do?
I think I started with the wrong color. Where's the head?
William says,
I
don't
totally
worry,
fucked this
Donnie, I
up.
don't like you that way either.
It wanted me to start with lavender, and I think this was supposed to be the dark purple. Or is this? What the fuck? Hold on, let me
Honey
see.
Drop says my jokes are knee jerking, and I don't think that's the right. Like you keep saying that, but I
Yeah.
don't think you know what that means.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the feet, and I started with the wrong color. Oh, we gotta start over!
Ah, frick!
It's okay. At least we realized the mistake now, and not when we were done.
Throw it in the trash.
Oh no, you can just undo it. We don't have to waste yarn.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We just wasted time, which is fine. We had fun.
The stream's all about wasting time.
The whole thing is wasting time.
Wasting my time, Bronny's time, everyone else's time.
I mean, why are we doing this? We could be outside getting exercise right now.
It's
At 10 at
nighttime.
night. I prefer to do my stuff in the morning, personally. Sets the precedent for the day.
All right, so here's
I don't
what's
live
up.
in a good neighborhood.
Here's what's up, Brandon. I need you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to
Yep.
give me $900 so that
Why?
I can buy Heather and I good lightsabers, and we can go outside and get some exercise at night.
I thought you were gonna say weight equipment, and I'd be like, sure, I'd go for that, but nah.
Well-
nah, yeah.
Well, technically, a lightsaber can be a weight. I mean, you swing that sucker around enough, you're going to get the same type of workout out of it. I imagine those things weigh a few pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of always imagine them being like hollow and light. Because you
Yeah,
can
but
kind
it's
of
still
deeper
it's
on
still
that
a
dude.
big chunk of metal though that you're holding in your hand, far away from your body.
Yeah, but like inside, it's just a whole beam of concentrated energy, right? I don't imagine that being adding to it.
Power source, electronics.
Jedi Sith magic.
Those are two
you're
different
an idiot.
things.
I don't think you know how this works.
You know
I don't know if that.
what I'm thinking about is the Dawn Star, that freaking sword I showed you from Skyrim. That's got like a little sun in the hilt. That'll light up your way, and we can slay undead with it, and they'll all catch fire. That sword is so damn beast.
What is it called? The Dawn Star?
The Dawn Star. Let me show you it. The Dawn Star is a really nice sword, dude. You know, I'll look up a good picture of it. Dawn Star. It's one of my favorite swords now. I used it for a mission, and I'm just like, yeah, this freaking sword is
Oh, I see.
gorgeous.
Megan says, I'm going to make a late dinner sandwich, and Emerald says, maybe the real crochet is the friends we made along the way.
Oh yeah, I crocheted those friendships.
And then what's the case?
I don't friggin' know.
Was it the Dawn Star or the Dawn Breaker? I'm pretty sure it was Dawn Star. But I favorited the sword on
I'm
Etsy.
still so upset.
Dawn Breaker. I keep saying Dawn Star, but I mean Dawn Breaker.
Still so upset that Brawny kind of ruined the dream of a practical master sword by pointing out the structural flaws in it.
Listen, you would just need to change aspects of the hilt design.
Okay, but like, can you judge shields? What about the Hylian shield? Or
It's
the
a
mirror
kite,
shield?
it's a kite shield. I don't know. I don't even know what the mirror shield is.
I'll okay.
But it's a kite shield. I'm pretty sure it like those always work. It's just the proportions of the master sword are not very practical as they are. By and large, the thing just needs to be thinned out. Right? It can still have all the fancy stuff on it, but it's too big.
This is what the mirror shield looks like.
Okay, so you just sent me a link here. I'll check it out in a
Yeah,
second.
easier than that one.
Brandon,
Okay.
check out the
But-
Dawnbreaker.
That's
Yeah, I
not
like
too
the-
bad.
That's not bad.
It's a cool
Hey, look.
sword.
Well, yeah, take a look at that shield and critique the shield.
I don't have any problems with it. It's a shield.
Are you
How,
sure?
how much of your body is it supposed to cover?
A good portion of it, like, I'm trying to remember how he holds it in game. I think it's slightly bigger than the Hylian shield.
Okay, so it's
Like-
going to cover your whole torso. So there's that at least.
It's supposed to reflect like light and attacks and stuff, so it needs to cover a lot.
Let's see here. Trent says, "Did you all hear they finally found one of the giant hornets' nests in my state?" I was getting worried. What were you getting worried about?
Yeah, I think he's talking about those murder hornets. Those things are nasty.
Supposedly, but they're really not all that bad. Let's see here.
What articles have you read?
I watched a wildlife expert talk about it on YouTube. And he was able to identify the species and say it's really not going to be that big of a deal. Let's see here. Brandon, why don't you pick out something from the chat?
Clayton says, Heather, do you think adaptation should be completely accurate to the book?
Nah, there's some stuff that's like you're gonna have stuff that you can't fit in. Like there's plenty of people who always complain about it's different from the book, and like I'll be like that sometimes, especially with like Harry Potter. Harry Potter like totally cut out Luna out of one of the movies and just made her show up later like she'd always been there. And I'm like, dude, the movie people aren't gonna get that. They didn't read the books. But, you know, there's other times where, like, little things were cut out and that needed to be done for, like, time. It doesn't have to be completely, like, true to the book. Like, Dracula. There's been plenty of good Dracula movies, and they're not 100% accurate to the book. I've read the book. The book is a nice read if you're kind of into the archaic way of writing that's a little too detailed and goes on for a bit. And I'm okay with that. But a lot of people aren't. And translating that to a movie is going to be a little weird. So, you know.
What kind of limitations do you think there are in translating, having a comprehensive adaptation
question. It's a hard question because I'm not an expert. It's just something like I sometimes think about. But I think as long it's not a perfect example because it wasn't a book series, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's very obvious reasons that those movies fail because copying a show is a lot different than copying a book. Let's get that out of the way because you already have an idea how the characters are supposed to look, how certain things are supposed to be in the world, and how they're supposed to look. Like, I could deal with the way Appa looked in movies because Appa, if it was a realistic sky bison, that's what I think it would look like. But the characters didn't look the way they were supposed to. For one, Zuko's scar wasn't big enough. Like, what the fuck? What is he bitching about? And why is he so moody if his dad didn't even hit him that hard? And, a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, the action wasn't even as good as it should have been. And, so, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the right person to ask. Yeah, you gotta, just make, with the movie it's different because TV show, but I guess you gotta workshop it a lot and work with the people who, might have originally written the book and maybe put together, if there was illustrations, definitely try to match those. I know a lot of people like it when they feel like scenes in movies feel like they've been taken directly out of their books or the comic books. A lot of comic movies deal with that all the time. The biggest controversy I can think of was the Killing Joke movie, and how, about the first half of it was about Batgirl out of nowhere, and it wasn't even really good. And it was kind of weird because it was Batgirl liking Batman, and Batman's known her since she was a kid, so it's kind of clear why this is really weird, but she's into it, and he's like, oh, I guess we'll have sex once. And they did, and it was weird after that. And then she got crippled, and then that was the whole thing. But there was some parts in that, though, that feel like they were taken directly from the comic, and people kind of liked the latter half of the movie. But it still wasn't perfect.
Let's see here.
And Spencer, I'm happy to talk obnoxious Zelda swords.
Yeah, this is our Zelda guy.
Oh man, I did the quest. I did the whole quest. I regret it. I just imagine.
Okay, so tell me what he's talking about.
The one that sticks out to me the most is the Big Goron knife, Big Goron sword in Ocarina of Time. It's kind of it's an optional kind of quest where you get literally a big sword. You can't use your shield. It requires two hands, and it's bulky, and it sucks because it breaks after a couple of hits. So it's really not worth it. You have to do a bunch of back and forth for that sword, and if I'm remembering it correctly, a good amount of that stuff is timed too.
Sounds difficult.
It's more tedious than difficult, and it's just whenever someone says, "Oh, Ocarina of Time, the perfect game, everything falls in place and it makes sense," I'm just like, Big Orange Sword. Oh, wait, it's the one that doesn't break. What am I thinking of then? Because there is one that does break. That's big and bulky.
Not sure. I've never played a Zelda game, so I just straight up don't know.
I still haven't finished Ocarina of Time on my 3DS.
You're not missing much. It's not that good of a game.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I was reading something. What's not that good of a game?
Ocarina of Time.
I haven't finished Breath of the Wild yet. I need more time to sit down and play my games.
It's okay. You're not missing much. They're not that good of a game.
They're all good games, you front. See, Brandon, sometimes I don't know how I do it. He's not passionate about the same things I am, and I'm just feeling a disconnect. You know what I'm saying?
I get passionate about things you're passionate about all the time.
Like what?
Puka, for one thing. We
You
spent
didn't get
several hours
passionate about-
reading comics.
You
this week.
said it was relaxing. Did you lie?
No, I didn't lie, okay, but I got into it, right? I didn't like Pokemon. You got me into that. I didn't like lightsabers. You got me into that.
That was
The frick
not on
else?
purpose.
Sounds like lightsaber.
He's a piece of
How
crap.
many-
That's why.
Apparently.
How many shows have we
Everybody-
watched together? Okay, you can't just
Yeah,
sit there and
like
say I don't do
Thank
these
you.
things for
Thank
you.
you.
It's a
Thank
dirty
you.
lie,
That was fine.
sweetie. You stay out of this.
I'm not going to be on his side in this argument, I'm going to be honest.
I don't remember asking you a gosh darn thing. What are you doing in my house?
Excuse him while you're in my house.
My house is wherever I am. This is the person I'm being tonight. Rah!
We're not in your house. We're over here.
Rawr, did you hear that? He's ferocious.
Oh my.
I don't.
He's got a heart he swear he do, but just not honey
you
when
see,
it comes to
you
you.
see the mood she's got me in right now. Like I used to be a gentleman.
When?
Yes.
He gets so hungry when he say you love me. If he knows what's good for you.
All right. Well, Christina and Spencer both say hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Now I need y'all to entertain the chat for a little bit. I need to hit the restroom.
Alright,
Okay.
alright.
Okay, Wicked Syndicate asks, he's asking me if I get trick-or-treaters. I used to get a lot of, I guess, treaters, as you would call it, but I remember
I didn't know it was a slime.
last year we got basically nobody, so I guess the answer is treaters, question mark.
Look, I'm buying candy for myself, and if kids show up, I'll share. That's my current plan.
I've been meaning to ask, are you baking something with the Sour
Yes,
Punch?
I will be baking
Because
something.
I saw them in the cups, and I'm like, that can't be an accident. What's she doing?
Yes, so what I'm gonna do is I'm making pumpkin bread. I'm gonna be covering it in orange cream cheese. And so the Sour Patch straw is for the stem of said pumpkin.
That's
To put in the middle of
that's
the-
why they were all green.
Yes. Yes, I specifically stole the green ones. And I also have the little leaf decoration things to put on there as well.
Can I eat the red ones?
You can eat the red ones.
Yes.
Eat all the red ones. Don't just the green ones.
I love Sour Punch straws.
The funny thing is, I wasn't sure if they were still a thing. I'm like, I want like a green candy to put in the center, and I'm thinking like, I guess like a green, drop, like a sweet drop type of thing. And then I saw that they still existed, like, because that was what was in my head.
And you got the little ones that are cut up for you.
Yes, exactly.
Because, like, they still sell them in those containers. I would always get them at, like, little league games. But they have them in those little, like, they were long strips.
Long strips, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see them, and that was the thing. I'm like, maybe they don't exist. Maybe I'm too old.
No,
And like you said, I was like, and they're short, which is good, because then I don't have to cut them myself.
Yeah.
Or, like, put a really long stem in the pumpkin. That would seem silly.
Too
Okay,
skinny,
what are we
too.
talking
They're
about?
thick candy.
Yes. Yeah, that was like
Okay.
in my head that they were thin, and I'm like, I don't know if that'll work. So I saw them like, oh, perfect.
Unpopular opinion, and I don't care what anyone says. Smarties are good candy.
Ugh.
Not
I
into
I
love
do
it.
not
them.
agree.
Not into it.
What
can have
is
my
wrong
Smarties.
with you? What's
They
wrong
taste
with
like
everybody?
chalk.
Okay,
Everybody
listen.
hates Smarties. I don't get it.
Brandon, calm down. You're starting to sound like me.
Well, Smarties
Okay.
are so underrated.
Listen.
They're not
Listen.
underrated. I would not say
Brandon,
that.
I
They're-
agree with
like,
you.
everyone
I
takes
just
them.
have to be
Yeah.
in the mood for Smarties. You know what I mean?
There is no.
Yes, I know what you.
He is a
But
movie.
like
He is.
everyone, I mean, it's like, oh, it's like chalk. Oh, there's no taste, and I'm like, I would argue there's too much of a taste.
Ooh.
Somebody gave me Smarties recently. I forget who or when, but I had a whole bunch of. Oh, it was my birthday, and my parents sent me a big box of candy because I freaking love candy, and there was a bunch of Smarties in there, and I freaking ate all of those Smarties, like a lot. And they were good.
I just want to have cabinets full of candy.
I could use one
I
of those.
don't like Smarties. I don't like and like for Valentine's Day, when everyone was hand out those Valentine's heart stuff, I hated them. I'd take them out of politeness, but I hated them. And similarly, Halloween, I don't like candy corn. Never have, never will.
Really?
It tastes like wax.
I think it tastes like frosting.
I love
That's
candy
also
corn.
a problem. I don't like frosting.
I've never
Oh, yeah,
tried
yeah.
candy corn.
I don't like frosting. If frosting and eat the cake.
What?
Unless it's like
What?
particular frosting,
What?
like if it's cream cheese
Yeah.
frosting or stuff. But the stuff that like
You
tastes
don't
like
even
nothing but sugar.
But you don't like cheese. Why do you like cream cheese?
Cream cheese is different.
It's
Wait.
not different.
It's different.
Oh,
I mean,
sweetie,
you
just
love cheese
reminded
and you
me of
hate
something.
cheesecake. Cheesecake is made out of cream cheese.
It's too cheesy. I don't like
How is it too
cheese.
cheesy?
I'm a sweet.
What?
I don't like the cheese isn't supposed to be with sweet stuff. Cheese is supposed to be on burgers, so I don't like it as a cake.
And I'm the
You
opposite.
you reminded me of something when you said that you take the frosting off and eat the cake.
Mhm.
I saw a post a long time ago about this guy who like he prefers to eat his like he prefers to. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but when he eats chips, he chews them up, then he takes them out just to chew them up again.
What?
What?
Yeah. Let me see if I've got to find it. It was just so weird. I gotta find the post.
I don't understand anything. I think like
Some
this
weird
is-
people you're working with.
Ugh. I don't know, man.
But like you like red velvet cake, right?
I don't like it with cream cheese frosting.
What the frick? First of all, that's the only way to make red velvet cake. Second of all,
First of all, that's not how I make my red velvet cake.
rude.
Make it with regular frosting.
Ugh.
I don't like
That's
cream.
what makes red velvet cake so good, though, is that it's not served with regular frosting.
You know,
it's served with good
Red
frosting.
velvet is just a pretty good cake.
It's just chocolate
Like, I
cake
would-
with a hell of a
It
lot
is
of
chocolate. I
red
love
dye.
chocolate cake.
I love chocolate cake, so
Can
I'm
we
not
all
complaining.
agree that chocolate is good? Say it before Brandon comes back, because he has weird opinions about chocolate.
Except dark chocolate, but yes.
Yeah.
And white chocolate
Dark
is...
chocolate is great.
Damn it, he came back!
Damn it!
What is wrong with you people?
No, I don't like... I mean,
Dark
yeah.
chocolate is great, and I don't know what's wrong with these women.
I don't like dark chocolate.
Look, honey,
White
By the
chocolate
way-
in moderation.
honey,
By the way,
just
this-
be thankful.
this is
I'll
the
always
hope
give you my dark
of
chocolate if I ever get any.
Exactly. Like, I'm okay with those relationships. Here, have my dark chocolate. We'll share the white chocolate. All the milk chocolate is mine.
Wasn't that a thing on? I don't remember if it was Friends or like, but they were a couple, and the reason they clicked so much on their first date was because she asked for if he was gonna eat his olives, and he was like, "Oh, I hate olives. Here you go." And that was the basis of the relationship. But it turns out he did like olives, and he was just trying to be nice.
Oh, that sucks.
But it eventually came out when they were getting engaged. She goes like, "It's okay if you like olives. We can like olives together."
Yeah. Actually,
Oh no, it was how I Met Your Mother.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that wasn't a Friends episode.
I get them confused all the time.
Gah. Sorry, they were decades apart in my head, so...
They're all mushed up in my brain to me.
Spencer says Heather sounded as passionate about that argument as she was about the microwaved and cheese.
Microwave mac and cheese. Yes.
Oh, yes. How it's an abomination.
So,
Yeah, don't
Mhm.
fucking microwave mac and cheese. Dude, if it's not race or
I think it's
orientation
only-
driving us apart, it's how we prepare our foods.
Mhm.
It's good. It's driving people
Honestly,
apart.
when I read the macrowave, I can just only think of macaroni and cheese with bits of mackerel put into it.
That's weird. That'd be weird.
Especially since the mac refers to the macaroni, the noodle of the mac and cheese, so it's already there.
But I would like
Well,
some.
yeah.
You know, it's been forever since I've had some macaroons.
Oh, it's been forever. Well, yeah, they're not like, not really something you can
we
bake
didn't
up very
have
easily.
we didn't have macaroons when you came over and I took you out to boba tea.
I don't think we got macaroons. I don't remember getting macaroons.
It's
I
been a
don't
while
think we
since
got
I've had them, too.
macaroons now that I'm actually reflecting on it.
Yeah, you know, we gotta go find a little bakery and get some macaroons.
I think I did, like, with Josh and Ari's wedding. I feel like there was a time I just went on my own and just did some window shopping. That was a nice macaroon place, and I'm like, sweet. That was probably the last time I had them.
My friend Juanita was a lover of macaroons back when I lived in our little town of Chino, and we had this little shopping villa we'd go to, and of course it has like all the expensive stores and those little indie like bakeries.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Just pick up some macaroons there. Like it's so much just to get a pack of like 6
I
of them.
know, right?
It's
Well,
like
it's because they're
mints.
really hard to make. Like,
I hear, yeah.
yeah.
You seen those ice cream macaroons people got? It's like an ice cream sandwich macaroon. Nice. Sounds good.
Oh, I missed this comment a while ago.
Wicked Syndicate asks if you could play your kazoo.
I may. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, Kate. I
Oh,
love
that
you.
being said,
No,
should I
okay.
send you what song I want kazooed?
I get to it, I gotta finish the art on Emerald Spencer's and get his out, then get DJ's out, and then I can come back to you.
Yeah, we got to work on those, Heather.
Yes, I do. I just downloaded a new art program on my iPad, Procreate, and I'm gonna experiment with that and see if I can transfer the stuff I had in Metabang to there, so I can start making full-length pictures that we don't have to like do weird stuff to get it to fit things. You know, because we were always dealing with like I'd make it 1080p in Metabang, but then I'd transfer it out and send it to Bronny and be like, no, this is small. It needs to be this big. And I'm like, what? Metabang was a free program for me to use, and I just didn't want to pay for anything because I was being cheap. But then I just went ahead and bought something. Procreate's apparently a very popular one on iPad and very reliable.
Yeah. And also,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Pristine says, one of my brothers is weird. As a rule, he doesn't like sweet stuff, but he loves pecan pie.
pecan pie is, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting combination of sweet.
I've never been able to tolerate pecan pie that wasn't made by my mother. I don't know why, but she just does it so perfectly.
Oh, I'm sure. Homemade pecan pie is always the bomb. But I can also tolerate store-bought pecan pie if I'm just in the mood for pecan pie.
Yeah, but like I have some of my other aunts have made pecan pie and it just didn't click as well.
Because your mom knows what you like. She's gonna put in that pie what's gonna make you eat it.
She's never made pecan pie for me. She's made it for my older brother because apparently he's the pecan pie fiend of the family. She's also really good at pumpkin pie.
I still have not had pumpkin.
You've never had pumpkin pie?
No.
He didn't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich until adulthood.
What?
Yeah.
Look, I had to
Sounds
suffer
good.
through pumpkin pie. I hated it as a kid, but it was still forced down my gullet every Thanksgiving. Especially if the apple pie ran out first. That was always the worst.
Which it always does.
Always did. I was like, I need that apple pie because I can't have the pumpkin pie. No, it's gone.
Sweetie, you really should have just been a part of my family because yes, the apple pie runs out first, but then it's like, okay, here's the blueberry, here's the blackberry, here's the strawberry rhubarb, here's the pecan, here's the pumpkin. Oh, and the other half of the family brought another set of pies.
I actually didn't
You
like.
want pie chocolate?
I didn't like pecan pie when I was a kid either. I grew to love it as I grew up, but it was a nut pie, so I wasn't a fan.
You know,
Occasionally there were chocolate pies and like key lime pies and lemon meringue pies as well.
Oh my gosh, I would have died if they let me have lemon meringue pie at Thanksgiving. They never freaking did. It was always apple or pumpkin. That was it.
Well, now I know what to send you for Christmas. Thank you very much.
Screw you. You're not sending me shit.
You know what's happening is that I'm still in that child taste bud phase because I mean, I will eat pumpkin pie, but I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't like pecan. Don't like lemon meringue or key lime.
I've always loved lemon meringue and key lime, but mostly lemon meringue.
I don't dig it. I like berry pie. Not blueberry. Blueberry's too bitter. I like most berry pies. I know, you keep mouthing how much you fucking hate me right now.
Okay. I can see the I know, I'm not being secretive.
You're not
It's
being
like-
subtle. You ain't being subtle, bitch. Yes, I like apple pies. I like some fruit pies. I made a pie for my family before. It was the year before I left to come live here. I did the Undertale pie. I made a cinnamon butterscotch pie.
Whoa.
It was pretty good. Like, it was my first time making a pie, so it came out good for what it was. The crust I didn't cook perfectly, and it was a pre-made crust because I was still like grasping all this stuff.
Yeah. You start with pre-made crusts and then you work your way to making your own.
Yeah, and I got pretty good at it. And even though I don't like pumpkin pie, apparently I make a good pumpkin pie.
I've had that before, where I make something that I don't like, but everybody else loves it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, so I can make a good pumpkin pie. I can make a cinnamon butterscotch pie. I want to start making some fruit pies.
Can you make? I was just about to say, can you make apple pie? Because out of every pie out there, I think apple is the only one that I really care about a lot.
Yes, because I was thinking about apple pies, and it's like depending on the kind of apples you put in the pie determines the taste.
Oh, very much.
Because
so.
Ronnie's mom made me an apple pie. And I don't think she made it for me, but she made it in general and had some. And it was pretty good, but it tasted a little too. I don't know if it was too tart or too sour or too many Granny. Because I'm like, okay, she's not. Like,
We use Granny Smiths in our
Smiths.
pies.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get you a sour pie.
Okay, so I wasn't into
I
that.
think Gala is usually a good way to go apple pie wise. Never use Red Delicious.
Never
Oh,
Red
God,
Delicious.
do
not
I'm
use
gonna
Red
make a note of
Delicious.
that. What about Honey Crisp?
I've never used
Yes,
Honey
Honey
Crisp. That
Crisp.
probably sounds.
That
Would,
sounds
it probably
good.
would make a good pie. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, yeah, Gala and Honey Crisp. I think for my first apple pie, that's what I'll use.
Gala, Fuji, Apple Crisp, probably. Yeah.
Those are the baking.
Those are the baking apples. That literally to the point where I feel awkward eating them because I'm like, I should be putting this in something, not eating it straight. What am I
don't
doing?
Care. I don't care. I'm eating Honey Crisp apples this week because I got a bag of them. Honey Crisp apples are real good. I like them. They
All right,
do
so we
have
got a
little
few.
some extra.
We got a few comments in the chat here that I wanna address. Let's see. Megan says Pocky is great. Fight me.
I will.
Pocky is
Yeah,
great.
I'll-
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'll
no
fight-
one's
I'll
gonna
fight
argue.
you
Pocky
too.
is the
That-
shit.
No one's gonna argue. Pocky is
Pocky
amazing.
is
is-
awesome.
Garbage, man.
How dare
Pocky
you?
is
What?
Mediocre breadsticks. The only redeeming quality is that they're dipped in chocolate.
The
Well, that's what
tiniest bit of
matters. They're
chocolate,
breadsticks
yeah.
dipped in chocolate.
They're
Who freaking? No one would eat plain Pocky without the chocolate, but it's freaking delicious.
I can make it.
Right, and then it's so unsatisfying. It's just this tiny thing, okay? If and
That's
in
why you
order
get a
to
whole
get
bag.
anything out of it, you got to get like a handful of them and shove
Honey,
it in your
That's
mouth.
why
And
they're
last I checked,
served in
that was just
handfuls.
called a candy bar. Okay.
Honey.
What?
Are you saying you didn't like playing the Pocky game with me?
Oh my.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I'm just
Pocky
saying
is
you
an
had to
inferior
enjoy
form of
Pocky
candy.
a little
Those are
bit
two
to
very
enjoy
separate
the Pocky
concepts,
game.
They
Heather.
are not
I
separate
agree.
concepts because the issue you're having is that Pocky, if you have it all in the one package, is the same as a candy bar. But could you have played that game with a candy bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
really.
Definitely
So
good.
In fact,
why?
there is a good version of Pocky. We Americans, the greatest country on the
Because the
planet,
idea-
tend to call it Twix.
You
Hey,
could-
Brony,
Nick,
Brony,
you could-
left or right
I
side?
feel like the chocolate. would be too much,
Shut up,
you know?
Brandon.
Yeah.
I feel like I could, like, I learned a trick with Pocky game. I can just kind of.
I will
slurp it, like,
find.
Yeah,
I will
because the
find-
idea is that when you eat Pocky, this is generally the shape your mouth makes, is a puckering motion. So it is very handy for the Pocky game. You don't really make it quite that much with Twix.
Yeah, that's gonna be a weird
It's
case.
still, it's gonna be a
case.
weird shaped
Oh, the
kiss.
candy is a gimmick. Got it.
All candy is a gimmick. It's meant to be sold to kids as a gimmick. No, it's all like 99% sugar in different forms. It's sold as gimmicks
no,
to children.
a gimmick is that you don't. All right. So when it comes to candy, at least, sure, every bit of every candy bar has some kind of gimmick, but but also has a degree of being able to stand on its own.
Not always. Like, okay, if you were, especially if you talk like candy, like you have different kinds of sugar, basically, in different forms. There's no difference between like, those like Nerds versus some other like Sour Patch Kids or something. It's just sugar in different forms, in different shapes. It's all basically the same thing.
All right. So, Emerald
just-
Spencer says dark chocolate is delicious. Heather, I'm going to send you a recipe. Okay, Spencer's looking to get banned here. He says, Heather, I'm going to send you a recipe. Make it next week's stream. Have a trail mix making segment. Heather.
No, not trail mix.
No trail mix. No trail mix.
Why am I the only one who likes trail mix?
Why don't you
What is
make a
wrong
stream
with you?
about it?
I am picky with my trail mix, so I don't typically like to buy it. I actually would prefer making my own trail mix than buying it, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to have something in there I don't like.
Yeah.
Oh, I love trail mix.
The only thing I eat out
No,
of there is the
why?
M&Ms.
How?
It's delicious. It's
Well,
an
No, it's
it's,
not.
They
It's
put
a
in stuff
variety
like
of
raisins and shit
flavors.
that I don't like.
It's
Mixed together.
It tastes so bad.
It's just
It-
that, like, I like the peanuts, I like the walnuts, I like the M&Ms, but then they ruin it by putting like raisins or macadamia nuts.
Raisins are delicious. Why
Raisins
does
are
everybody have a
disgusting.
problem with
You know-
raisins and craisins and dried fruit
Raisins
in
are even
general?
worse.
You know what's interesting?
Raisins at least started as a fruit equity.
With macadamia nuts, I actually willingly ate those. But like it was because my friend Kuhn edits Kuhn. He's been in the stream a couple times. He's been in chat. He's a good friend of mine.
Mhm.
He has family in Hawaii, and he sent me back a whole bunch of stuff.
Kona, those macadamia nuts.
The
yeah.
macadamia nuts covered in chocolate, and those were great.
I can handle macadamia nuts in small doses. But my dad is the type he could take like a can of those and just eat them. And I'm like, I can't
But
do
covered
that.
in chocolate.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
macadamia
maybe
nuts.
depending. Usually they're covered in white chocolate though.
No, it was
It
milk
was
chocolate.
milk chocolate?
It was
Okay.
good chocolate.
I was like, 9 times out of 10, macadamia nuts are mixed with white chocolate.
Edith Kuhn was
So
too
it's-
generous with me that trip. He sent me a whole box of shit. He sent me keychains. He sent me necklaces. He sent me like a chocolate. It was great.
Nice.
Thanks, Kuhn.
Yeah.
If you go
I'm
to
just
Hawaii,
gonna-
hit me up.
I'm just gonna make this last statement on Pocky, and it's the same thing I think I said with anime. It's that if I were to find the one vault in the world that has every single type of Pocky ever, I would gather all those up and break them in half.
And then I would eat them.
At least they'd
They
be
do
gone
break
forever.
kind of easy.
They
though.
do, but that's
kinda
kind of their point. Is you sort of, I mean, I at least usually break them. When I eat them, I mean, I don't play the Pocky game like some people. So when I eat them on my
I've
own,
been
I break
training
them.
to play the Pocky game for years.
I would be terrible at the Pocky game because I have done none of this training.
I kind of like push it in my mouth, like.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that. That's a way for me to like gag if I put an entire stick of Pocky down my throat.
Like you just do.
Could I
bites.
whittle a piece
that.
of Pocky, sharpen
Oh
up
no,
with
I do.
that?
See, I do it halfway. Basically, I break it halfway and then eat the top and
Yeah.
the bottom.
I discovered
Ronnie,
Pocky
what do
in
you-
middle school. When did you discover Pocky?
No, I don't think
Good
you'd be
question, I have
able
no
to
idea.
physically do
Long
that.
ago,
In the before times.
in the before times.
Yeah.
Probably it was middle
let's-
school, I guess.
Yeah, it's
If I
like
think about it.
Christine says, I keep wanting Bronny to say pecan like pecan because that's how I say it.
It
Okay.
is pecan, yeah.
I do realize I'm
I-
saying a lot
I'm
of
not
things
what
different
I'm
than
not
else
one of
saying
these
it.
people that pronounces things with letters that are not in the word. Okay.
Pecan, spell it out, Bronny.
Pecan.
And
Right, but when you put it together like that,
Aw.
it says pecan. It says pecan. Okay.
it's
Just like we seem to think Oregon.
But
is
you're
like-
saying letters, but the letter A, literally is the sound. There's no other vowel in which can be associated with, so we're not pronouncing letters that aren't there, we're pronouncing letters that are there.
We're pronouncing them wrong though.
But that's not what you said. You said letters that aren't there, but we are pronouncing letters that are there, so in the
It
sense of
sounds
its
like
spelling,
an
we
O
are,
more than it sounds like an A to me.
because you're an American.
Are you not?
Sure.
No,
Okay. And like
every
I s-
A
like I
is very
said-
American, whereas in every other country, is a sound for an A. Whereas
Well,
in
every
America, we only
other
go
country
when we go
is
when we go
wrong.
O's or U's, and we don't go for O's, even though it should be associated with the letter.
You see, this is why I like being an American, because if I wanted to speak these nonsense languages, I would move there and then say all these ridiculous things and pronounce pecan with an O and Oregon with an I.
That
It's not with an O, it's more like AH.
Guys, can we get off of grammar? I'm
I'm
so tired.
But no, I honestly was saying pecan to make you feel better. I accumulated your Americanism, but I usually pronounce it pecan as well. I had to.
That's
I don't
good.
know if you noticed me stumbling over it a couple times. Like,
I was about to report you to
pecan.
McCarthy for communism.
Pecan.
I don't.
Americans.
I don't know. At this point, I've just given up. Like if I pronounce it wrong, I just gotta live with that. That's how it's.
When you go from one side of the pond to the other, you kind of get a flavoring for what things make sense and what things don't. Pecan makes sense to me. Ironically, herbs doesn't make sense to me, but it should.
Herbs.
Okay, we got Megan dropping some facts on us here that I was
Okay, go for
unaware
it.
of. There are different types and flavors of Pocky, that much I knew.
Yes.
But I did not know about giant Pocky.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
giant Pocky?
It's basically,
No.
it's like, you know how every candy has like a king size, which sometimes that just means like an extra something, but in Pocky it says giant Pocky.
Giant Pocky.
And
Why
they're
do we
not
need
easy
more
to
of
find.
it?
They're not
Why?
easy to find.
But
Because
is
they're
it like
because
a,
they
is
cost
it like
more
a
to
candy
make.
bar? Are we sure it's not just a candy
No,
bar?
it's more like, do you remember back in the day, like, I actually was reminded of these back in the day. Remember things like, Dunkaroos?
Dunkaroos?
Dunkaroos, that's what they were
They
called.
were selling those at the 7-Eleven while I was getting gas yesterday.
So
Yeah, I love
basically,
Dunkaroos.
they're basically like that. They're just thicker versions, really. Thicker, bigger.
See, the
Okay.
difference between Pocky and Dunkaroos is that I think is that Dunkaroos are just better.
But it's the same concept. This is where I again come back with candy. Is this just same concept, differently marketed? Pocky and Dunkaroo stuff is essentially the same thing. Just the difference is that with Pocky, they put the chocolate on there for you instead of you having to do it yourself.
Which I kind of like.
Which, yeah, lazy ass me, I appreciate the chocolate being on there.
They don't give you enough
and they
chocolate.
don't, yeah, and they don't stint you with the chocolate like things like that do, because you always have that tiny little thing of chocolate and these big old cracker things, and there's never enough chocolate for the crackers. Whereas with Pocky, they cover most of it in chocolate, you know, and just enough for you to hold it with, and not get your fingers covered in chocolate.
Okay, so we got a couple of things here I want to address. Trent and Pristine are both normal, cultured human beings and say they like trail mix and raisins as well. Spencer says I was going to send the recipe to Sweetie, but it involves raisins and craisins, so never mind. Send it to me.
No.
Send it to me, Spencer. I'll make it.
I can tolerate raisins in small doses. Craisins, I will yeet that out the door.
My mom keeps trying to put that in my oatmeal.
Oh God! What? Why would you ruin oatmeal?
I love craisins in oatmeal.
She would make me
I love craisins. I love craisins in oatmeal. I will take a handful of raisins and a handful of craisins, and I will put them in my oatmeal.
One time and I had craisins in my oatmeal.
Oh, gross! I'm so sorry.
I'll put craisins. I put craisins in my salad.
Don't you feed me a fucking salad. Not with craisins, especially.
Not with craisins.
I won't make salad with craisins for you, Heather. Okay, but earlier before the stream started, we were talking about when I live alone. I'm gonna make myself salad with craisins. I mean, obviously, I have to make sure I get as much enjoyment out of that as possible.
Before Heather moves in. Before I take it all away.
Once you come into my life, I just don't get to have fun with food anymore.
Well, to be fair, my dad would do stuff like that. Like, I would leave for a weekend, and I'd come back, and I would, open the fridge, and I'd see that my dad had made himself, this cheese zucchini dish he loved, but knew I hated. And I just sort of laughed,
that sounds really good, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure other people would love it. But it had, zucchini, cheese, and nuts, I think, and just all-around stuff I didn't like combined together. And he loved it, but he knew I hated it, so he'd never make it. And then, when I'd leave, he'd, make himself a big old batch, and I'm just like, aw, you had fun. That's my dad going crazy when the daughter's away.
Alright, let's see here. There was something else. So here's an interesting exchange with Spencer and Clayton in the chat. He goes, I don't need any further confirmation that Brawny is anti-semantic, right? and which is a joke that I've made myself.
That is actually hilarious. Good job.
Yes, I've made that joke in one of my videos, I think with Eliora a couple of years ago, and then Eliora hit me with a hammer for it,
probably should have.
And Clayton tried to correct him, thinking he was referring to anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitism, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, no. Read the words that were written there, Clayton.
So go into semantics in order to deduce the anti-semantics.
And I said that you were xenomorphophobic.
Well, after watching you play the Alien Isolation, yes, I am.
Same.
Right.
You like my nails?
They're very cute. I was going to comment on them. They're very cool.
Yeah, put on fake nails.
Nice.
Gotta be careful. But they are awesome, befitting of the season, I may add.
Absolutely.
Syndicate wants to know our favorite Oreo flavor. Whichever one has the most stuffing.
Double stuff?
Double stuff. Double stuff.
No, they got the mega stuff now. That's like 4 times.
That's a little much for me.
Damn.
No, that's like getting, I don't know, anything more than 2 patties on a burger for yourself.
That's what I fucking ate at that one bar one time. Did you remember when I brought that double stack burger on Facebook and Instagram? I posted that shit. They gave me a pound of fries and a double cheeseburger stacked on top of each other. My God, it was awesome.
No one needs that much
my God, I
meat.
want a burger.
Hey, I like double from In-N-Out. I mean, shit. And I don't like hamburgers.
That's not the same. Their burgers are cake.
Heather,
That's why I like 'em.
what kind of fries?
Good meat. They were just plain old. Not you with your fucking sweet potato fry shit.
Sweet potato fries are the supreme fries. I will accept no alternatives.
Sweet potato fries are really good.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Heather, you're outvoted here. Sweet potato
No,
fries are the best.
I don't like those. I like just
They're
the
so
I want my
good.
salty steak dip them in ranch, and you guys.
You can dip sweet potato fries in ranch. They taste really good
No,
with ranch.
I swear to God, my first I'm gonna guess it's gonna take me 3 years to teach this woman how to like food.
No.
Bronny, you were here for 2 weeks, and all you did was give her the same carb-filled BS that she usually ate.
Because I was only gonna be there for 2 weeks. And I had limited resources, and I wanted to make sure in that 2 weeks that I was going to give her things that she would actually like. When we have more time together, I will be a responsible adult
Sure you
and
will.
make good food, okay?
Sure.
No, I'm gonna get everything I want because I'm a princess.
We'll start slowly. Without her knowing, you slip a tiny bit of avocado in every meal she has. And just gradually bring it up. It's gradually opening up avocado, and she'll love it eventually.
We'll make her avocado noodles and
I've already tried. I do veggie noodles or whole grain noodles when I
We'll fry the avocado. Can you fry an avocado?
I don't
yeah,
know.
you can fry avocados. Absolutely, I've had them. They're really good.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, fried avocado, deep fried avocados. They're really good. Like it almost
You were
melts. So
you were just blowing Brandon's mind right now. I can sense
I don't usually like fried stuff, but I will try a fried avocado.
it's good stuff.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, this has been a very explosive streak.
Well, Spencer beat me to the joke, but I was gonna say like, okay, I'm gonna cook her stuff with avocado in it, but she's not gonna know because I'll do a good job of masking the initial taste, and she's gonna be like, oh shoot, what's this? And I'll be like, oh, it's this thing I found at the supermarket called free shavacado, and
I don't know that reference. You're gonna have to get better.
I mean, I've been sneaking onions into the things I would make for her.
She's not sneaky, man. You made chili
Yeah,
and stuff. I know it's there, but you did it really good. So I'm like,
See?
if you can do it well, I'm gonna be like, okay. If you can do it good, because if I taste it, I'm gonna pick it out. I mean, I'm sorry to be rude, but
Yeah,
onions
sure.
gross me out.
The thing is, I
William-
cook the crap out of onions because even I don't really like raw onions. So I cook the crap out of them, so you basically can't taste them anymore.
Yeah.
William Ganas says hi there from California.
Hi, California. Hey, that's what the Chihuahua's named next door.
Yeah? I still don't know the Maltese's name. I need to learn it.
I don't know. That one's the friendly one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one. But it's because they don't have to yell at her.
Yeah, that's why I don't know her name, because they don't go